We had a busy day ahead of us in San Diego, so we started off with a breakfast at a place close to our hotel, the Waffle Spot. You can't go wrong at a restaurant that uses specialty coffee mugs. This place looks empty now, but trust me, it filled up fast. Now this is what we came for, the waffles. We got the banana and walnut one. And here's a photo of a group of librarians that sat next to us. I think they were attending a convention. I also think that they started the morning off with shots of tequila. First things first, we headed over to Torrey Pines to do a little looking around. We stopped off to hike the Guy Fleming Trail, a 0.6-mile loop. I think it's the shortest and easiest hike there. But while you're hiking, make sure you keep your eyes peeled. This is one reason why you should stay on the trail. Speaking of trails, here we are on it right now. We're a little further along the trail now, looking down at the sandy beach and the rocky coastline. I spotted this in the water below. There were two of them, and they were really scooting along. I'd never seen one of these before, but it sure looks like fun. I found out later that this is an electric hydrofoil. A couple of flowers alongside the trail. Looking back on the trail from where we just came, that's about the spot where I spotted the electric hydrofoils in the water. Here we are, heading out of Torrey Pines. The drive is just as scenic as the hike. Our next destination was to drive down the coast to the Point Loma Peninsula. Finally, we arrived at the Point Loma Lighthouse. You can tell by looking at the flag that the wind was really whipping things around. The lighthouse is located in the Cabrillo National Monument. It was built in 1855 and is one of the first 8 lighthouses built on the West Coast. You could go inside and see the small, cramped living and dining quarters. And if you wanted to, you could walk up to the top of it. The lighthouse stands only 46 feet tall, but it sits on a cliff 422 feet above sea level. That sounds good, but, and this is a big but, thick marine fog and low clouds often hide the light, making it practically useless for ships. Afterwards, we drove down to the area below the lighthouse to take a look at the rugged coastline. Next, we headed over to Shelter Island to see the Japanese Friendship Bell. This 2.5-ton bell was presented to San Diego by its sister city, Yokohama, Japan. Next to the bell is the bronze statue, The Girl in the Red Shoes. This statue is based on a true story which became a popular Japanese nursery rhyme. Here's the Reader's Digest version of the story. 9-year-old Iwasaki Kimi was to be taken to America by missionaries for a better life. Unfortunately, Kimi died from tuberculosis before she could make the trip. After that, we headed over to La Jolla to look at the rocky cliffs. Some wildflowers near the cliffs. Be careful when you're at these cliffs because they have been known to crumble and break off. I bet these cliffs are really great at sunset. After that, we drove over to look at the area called Little Italy. You want to get something to eat there? Well, good luck with that. And I mean that in a good way. So many tempting restaurants that it's hard to make a decision. We didn't walk too far when we came to Piazza Basilone. There you'll find a bust honoring the man, John Basilone. Once again, I'll try to give you the Reader's Digest version behind the piazza. U.S. Marine John Basilone received the Medal of Honor for his actions in the Guadalcanal campaign in 1942. After that, he was returned to the United States to participate in the war bonds tours to raise money for the war effort. Despite the safety of this new role, he requested a return to combat duty in the Pacific. On February 19, 1945, Basilone was killed in action at Iwo Jima. His heroics earned him the Navy Cross posthumously. He's the only enlisted Marine in World War II to receive both the Medal of Honor and the Navy Cross. We had a little time left, so we stopped off at the Heritage Park to see the restored Victorian homes. This one's known as the Sherman Gilbert House and was built in 1887. This one was owned by Edward Bushyhead, an early San Diego sheriff and chief of police. It too was built in 1887. The Harfield Christian House, built in 1889, was characterized by its shingles, a corner tower, and encircling veranda. We were getting hungry, so we headed over to Bronx Pizza. This is where they serve New York-style pizza. You know, the kind that you eat by folding it in the middle. Here's a list of the Bronx Pizza's crew's lifetime accomplishments that I pulled off the internet. I thought it was kind of funny, but then again, I'm not sure if it was a joke or not. Here's a picture of Marion. Look at the size of those pizza slices. No wonder you have to fold them to eat them and not make a mess. And here's a picture of me with my big slices of pizza. Let me tell you, that pizza will make a New Yorker out of me yet. Somebody who works there had to love boxing. Just look at this tablecloth, a boxing slice of pizza. Plus, there were all sorts of boxing pictures on top of the wall. Well, it had been a fun day, but it was starting to get late, and we decided to call it a day. We had one more busy day planned for San Diego, and we wanted to rest up and get a good night's sleep. And all I can say is, I know that I slept like a log.